Live and on demand from the WNY News Now studios in downtown Jamestown. This is WNY News Now.
And thanks for joining us for WNY News Now. I'm Justin Gould. Here's what's happening. The teen wanted in connection with yesterday's fatal fire in Allegheny County now faces murder charges. Plus, why Jamestown's BPU was nationally recognized. But first, Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter, he's standing by with a live look at our weather. TGIF, Dakota.
Happy Friday, Jay, and happy Friday to you out there. We made it through another work week, and the weekend's actually not going to be bad. We'll talk about it later on, but these were the peak wind gusts yesterday. The strongest winds yesterday were really overnight tonight, and of course, that's what we told you yesterday. So the peak wind gust from midnight Thursday until midnight this morning was 33 in Dunkirk, 24 at the Jamestown airport. The winds did not get as strong as we were as forecasted, but some wind gusts did reach almost 50 miles an hour. And as we told you yesterday, the temperatures would be falling through the day. We're like Tom Petty, we're free falling. And this was the official high for today, 47 that occurred at 2 a.m. And look at where we've been going. We've been sliding through the 40s, and now we're down into the lower 30s. We're probably going to tack on another 2 degrees below this. So we're probably going to end around 32, 31 degrees for most areas. First Defense Doppler, we've been dealing with this channel of moisture that's been extending basically through Cat County going into Allegheny County. That's pretty much all the precipitation we have, but there will be the chance for a small snow shower basically through the afternoon, but it's a very small chance. You can see it on the hour by hour, about a 25% chance of that isolated snow shower, but otherwise temperatures continue to fall through the lower 30s. We'll likely end the day around 31, 30 degrees, and wind gusts still could be around 30 miles an hour at times, but how's that week? How's next week looking for traveling? We'll talk about it later in the show. Justin?
Alrighty, Dakota, hold on to your hat today. Thank you. Our top story, the 17-year-old person of interest in a fatal fire in Allegheny County now faces murder charges. New York State police say William Larson Jr., you see there, is charged with 2 counts of second-degree murder, a Class A1 felony, and 2 counts of first-degree manslaughter, a Class B felony. Now, police report Larson was arraigned and transported to the Erie County Youth Services Center and was held on $50,000 cash bail and $100,000 bond. Young Larson was arrested Thursday afternoon following a search throughout the region. Police say he was identified on scene while the fire was being extinguished and left the location prior to their arrival. Troopers say they have not yet been able to positively identify the 2 victims found deceased inside the Courtney Hollow Road home, although they know at least 3 people lived there, including Larson Jr. and his parents. Now, the Portville, Bolivar, Richburg, Cuba, Rushford school districts all closed as a precaution on Thursday. The Randolph Central School District additionally went into a lockout of an abundance of caution during the search for that suspect. In other news we're following, 2 people were arrested following what Jamestown police call a roaming domestic dispute in the area of UPMC Chautauqua Hospital yesterday afternoon. Jamestown police say that 22-year-old Alex Johnson and 19-year-old Morgan Ryder were arrested on Beach Street. It is alleged that Johnson placed his hands on Ryder's neck and applied pressure. Johnson also allegedly took Ryder's cell phone to prevent her from calling for help. While on scene, officers say that Ryder then kicked and broke Johnson's windshield. The 2 are charged with criminal mischief. Johnson was additionally charged with criminal obstruction of blood flow or breathing. And police in the city of Dunkirk are attempting to find a missing woman. Listen carefully. Police say 54-year-old Annie Gutzek went missing on Tuesday. She was believed to have been walking her dog, a brown and white English Springer Spaniel, with an orange collar in the Main Street area. She is a white female, around 5'2", and about 125 pounds, with hazel eyes, brown hair, and possibly wearing a white fleece hoodie with blue jeans and tan work boots. Anyone with information in that case is asked to contact Dunkirk Police at 716-366-2266. The number again is 716-366-2266. Well, a group dedicated to developing opportunities for new and existing entrepreneurs in Chautauqua County was recently awarded a sizable grant. Congressman Tom Reed says that Chautauqua Opportunities will receive a total of $139,000 to help the organization with their community efforts. Reed says it's important to invest in organizations that are willing to invest back in local business. Now, the group has providing technical assistance and small business loans since 2001, and they plan to expand upon those services in the future. So certainly small businesses are on the top of a lot of people's minds as we head into this holiday season. Thanks so much for joining us here on WNY News Now on this Friday. Hopefully you're doing well. Let's check in with the comments. Got to say hello to TR. Hopefully you're having a good day. Thanks for tuning in. Good to see you here. Hello to Phyllis. Thanks for being here with the broadcast. Great to see David. As always, love having you on the show every day, David. He says, good afternoon, TGIF to all, and hope you have a good weekend. I mirror that statement. Hello to Cindy. Hello to Danny as well, Smathers, Samantha. Donna has joined us. Haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you, Donna. And hello to Pam and Lori. Thank you so much for tuning in here on the broadcast. And certainly that story out of Allegheny County is making regional headlines, if not national headlines at this point, where police yesterday have made an arrest with a 17-year-old man who's now facing 2 counts of murder. And, certainly very, very sad situation. Our thoughts and prayers go out to his family. But yesterday, certainly the feel was on across the region. One thing that I thought was very interesting was that schools all the way from Allegheny County to even almost to us here in parts of Cattaraugus County, very close to Chautauqua, went into precaution mode here as police were looking for this suspect. There was still so much unknown. Technically, he was only a person of interest during that time, but obviously now charges have been pressed against him. So it'll be interesting to kind of see where this goes forward. And as police work to identify the 2 bodies that were found inside of the home, they say, in that overnight time, it's expected that the young man and his parents lived at the home. So we'll certainly, hopefully, get some more answers as to where that was happening. And Phyllis, she says, where was this at? This was in Cattaraugus County. In Allegheny County is where that fire happened. We have the full details on WNYNewsNow.com and on our mobile app. Totally agree with you, Lori. Very sad. Coming up, back to news more local to us. Jamestown's next mayor has announced his transition team. We have the details in just a few. But first, why the county's bus service will be offering free rides next weekend. Dakota.
And the high yesterday was 46 degrees. Finally, that's an above average day. Finally, first time this month, 64 and 8 are in the record books for today. Those are safe for another year. But how is Thanksgiving looking? We'll tell you what we know as WNY News Now continues in a minute. Don't go away.
Live and on demand, you're watching WNY News Now.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
With coverage that matters. This is WNY News Now.
Want weather now? Download the WNY News Now mobile app and stay up to date on severe weather alerts. Plus, anytime hazardous weather strikes, stick with the Southern Tier's only 24/7 streaming network that keeps you safe. You're all in a tornado warning, so now is the time to go to a safe place, small room, lowest floor, near the center, away from windows. What are you waiting for? Download the WNY News Now mobile app today. It's free in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
And happening now, Chautauqua County's bus service will be offering free rides on Small Business Saturday. Officials with the Chautauqua Area Regional Transit System, better known as CARTS, made that announcement this morning. The free routes include city fixed routes in Dunkirk and Jamestown. Now, the buses will operate from around 8:45 in the morning to around 4:45 in the afternoon, and from around 8:30 to 4:30 in the Dunkirk area. Small Business Saturday is Saturday, November 30th. Well, Jamestown's next mayor has announced his transition team. Mayor-elect Eddie Sundquist says the voluntary committee is designed to create a community conversation on issues, evaluate current city operations, and provide suggestions and recommendations for immediate and long-term goals. The group will focus on three top priorities: creating a city for the future, strengthening housing initiatives and supporting our neighborhoods, and tackling financial burdens. Sundquist says the team is made up of nonpartisan members in 4 subcommittees and includes representatives from a variety of community organizations and businesses. Now, public meetings have been scheduled for next month to get input and recommendations from the community. Details on who sits on the team, plus where and when those meetings are at WNYNewsNow.com and on our mobile app. Well, did you know how much sugar is too much when it comes to toddlers and infants? Well, the answer might surprise you. In today's Health Minute, Meredith Wood brings us the latest numbers on our children's health.
You might want to rethink some of the things you reach for when it comes to feeding your kids. According to a new analysis of national data, 98% of toddlers and 2/3 of infants consume added sugar in their daily diets, which, as far as the American Heart Association is concerned, is 98% too many. It recommends children under the age of 2 stay away from all added sugars, including sweeteners that don't occur naturally in food. According to the analysis, on average, infants consumed 1 teaspoon of added sugar per day, while toddlers consumed about 6 teaspoons per day. For infants, that often comes from yogurt and baby snacks or sweets. Toddlers got much of their extra sugar from fruit drinks and bakery sweets. The National Institute of Health says children who consume added sugar can see some negative health conditions like cavities, asthma, and obesity. For today's Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Alrighty, Mandy, thank you. Very interesting analysis there. And certainly, I think not just children, but a lot of adults, too, self-included, sometimes eat too much sugar. Well, a copy of Marvel Comics #1 sold at auction yesterday. And get this, for more than $1 million. The comic dates back to 1939, is considered to be the work that got the whole comic superhero universe started. It sold for $1,260,000, and that's a record-setting amount, and it makes it the most valuable Marvel comic ever sold at public auction. Now, the comic was originally purchased off the rack by a Pennsylvania mailman who collected first issues of comics and magazines. Certainly, I hope he got some of that money. Pretty amazing to see. And we always talk about it come springtime when we have the free comic book day on Saturday. And I think a lot of people, even today, probably are still very much into it. Even if it's not a physical comic, you still get those things online. So pretty amazing and a pretty big chunk of money, nevertheless. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Joe, he says no cotton candy, please. And you know what? I think that's what it is. I went to the Erie County Fair for the first time in my life this past summer. And let me tell you, those kids were just running around. You could see them with the cotton candy, and then it was just full-fledged. So it was kind of humorous a little bit. But nevertheless, I'm sure they had that sugar high for a while. Mather says, thank you to Carts for helping with riders. Certainly, yeah, that's a great initiative to have on Small Business Saturday. That's next Saturday. And in fact, come next Black Friday, we will be actually having a special edition of WNY News Now at noon, talking about Small Business Saturday and trying to promote some of the local things happening. So you'll want to stay tuned. That'll be in a week from today. Dave, he says, wow, that's a lot of money for a comic book. Oh, yeah. And certainly, that's probably an amazing piece of history, too, to have. I like keeping old photographs and things like that. I try to have like a display of that, here at my desk and then at home. I know we have some pictures of historic downtown Jamestown here at the studio, and it's just so amazing. I mean, someone's out there, they got a price for it, right? They're going to want to hang that up somewhere, so pretty cool nevertheless. Well, coming up, Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter, he's another pretty cool fella. He's back with a look at our weekend weather forecast. And later, why the Jamestown BPU was nationally recognized, and it might surprise you when WNY News Now returns. Pronto Mart, not your average corner store. Located on the corner of Forest and Newland Avenues in Jamestown, Pronto Mart has everything you've been looking for. An amazing selection of hot foods, a large variety of premier headgear, and smoking accessories to fit any style. Pronto Mart, not your average corner store. Stop in and visit us today.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
There's an old saying, there's no news in the newsroom. Well, it's true. The time I spend at the anchor desk is just part of my day. Most of our time is spent gathering stories in the community, stories that matter to you. We can't do it alone, and we need your help. When you see breaking news or have a news tip we should know about, drop us a line on Facebook today, email our news desk, or call our newsroom at 488-7226 so we can bring those stories straight back to you.
First Defense Weather, the Southern Tier's only live and local weather source. Now, here's Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter.
No. You see, I'm not cool. I'm hot. All right, here's the Sky Vision camera. This is coming from Presque Isle Beach, and the camera is a yeah, pardon me, just like Jay's head, the camera is a shaking and a bacon out there with that west wind of 18 and that dew point of 32. The peak wind gust so far today since midnight is 32 degrees. Oh, man. I hear the future wind gusts going through the day. The winds are ultimately going to start to subside as we go throughout the day. But some wind gusts, especially early, around 30 miles an hour. But as we go by about the end of the day, wind gusts should be about 20 to 25 miles per hour. And then by midnight tonight, wind gusts will ultimately die down to about 15 to 20. But it will still be a little bit more breezy, pretty much, of course, through the overnight. We finally did it. Yes! We can add ×2 on there. We have 2 above average days so far this month, 46 yesterday and 47 today. That 47 occurred at 2 a.m. this morning, so the high temperatures for today have already occurred, but that actually brings our monthly high now up to 40, but we're still running 8 degrees below average. We should be near 48 this time of the year, so at least we've got a couple above average days in there. So the wind gradually diminishes today. Saturday is looking great. We're making Saturday great again. The traveling early next week is looking okay, but midweek going into Thanksgiving is looking a bit more dicey. It's going to determine on the track of a storm system, and we could be dealing with some lake effect snow showers on Thursday. It's not guaranteed yet. It's too far out to know the exact intensity and placement, but if you want to keep updated, download the app. Now, I know you've got that app on your phone, that weather.com deal and whatever, but those guys aren't local, and you don't get these guys. We're local. We make our forecast right here in-house, so download the app. Please and thank you. All right, here's what's going on downtown, or should I say on the radar here. Again, this channel of moisture extending from Cat County, going into Allegheny County. This is pretty much where a lot of the precipitation has been today, and there will be a chance for a few more spotty snow showers through the afternoon. Cold front plowed on through. That's why temperatures are dropping. You can actually see the wind direction coming from the upper Great Lakes. You can see the cloud streaming in. So, of course, when the cloud's streaming in from the northwest, we're going to have cooler temperatures. Right now, downtown, we're at 32. West wind is 16. Look at that wind gust of 28. When you combine the wind speed and the air temperature together, the wind chill is knocked down to 21 degrees. So you are going to have to bundle up, of course, if you go outside today. All right, zone forecast. The eastern area is here. This is where we're going to end the day. 31 Jamestown, 29 Olean. We're going to fall a few more degrees, and wind gusts could be near 30 miles an hour, especially early this afternoon. Lake Erie shoreline here, maybe 34 Erie, 33 Ripley. Still quite windy, but a couple flakes definitely possible. The next 7 days of your life on planet Earth are right there on the screen. 44 tomorrow, 40 on Sunday. Maybe a chance for a morning flurry, otherwise partly sunny. And again, early next week is looking great. We make a run at 50 next Tuesday. And again, there's that track of that storm system Wednesday and Thursday. Both days are a bit more in question, but of course, we'll give you more information as we get closer. Sports is next. Don't go away.
When you're on the go, stay in the know by downloading the WNY News Now mobile app. Stay up to date on local news, weather, and sports that matter to you. Plus, subscribe to breaking news and weather alerts from the team that puts coverage first. In addition, watch news as it happens with the Southern Tier's only 24/7 streaming network. Download the WNY News Now app right now. It's free on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news. WNY Sports Now is powered by Phone Zone of Jamestown. With the largest inventory around, we buy and sell our own merchandise at a price that can't be beat. Have a broken screen? We'll fix it. Learn more at phonezoneshop.com.
Rejoice, sports fans, it is Friday. And Dakota, we're all cool. Anyways, welcome back to WNY News Now. I'm Norm Rodriguez with a look at sports. This afternoon with a 3 o'clock puck drop, the Jamestown Rebels will begin a 2-game road series against the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Knights. Jamestown is currently in last place in the East Division with 16 points, 4 points behind the Maryland Black Bears. Meanwhile, the Knights are in third place in the same division. Saturday's game will also have a 3 o'clock puck drop. Tomorrow at 6 p.m., the Jamestown Jackals basketball team will be hosting another open tryout session. This tryout will be taking place at Jamestown Community College at the Physical Education Center. Pre-registration will cost $211, and last-minute registration will cost $232. Those who partake will get an opportunity to possibly get an invite to training camp, which will take place in January. More information and registration can be done on the Jamestown Jackals team website. On Sunday with a 1 o'clock kickoff, the 7-3 Buffalo Bills will host the 3-7 Denver Broncos. Buffalo is coming off of their best offensive output of the season, defeating the Miami Dolphins 37-20 in their last game. Meanwhile, Denver is coming off of a 27-23 loss against the Minnesota Vikings in their last game, blowing a 20-0 halftime lead. According to ESPN's Power Football Index, Buffalo has slightly a 60% chance to win their 8th game of the season. The game will be televised on CBS. That's it for sports today. Back to Justin and Dakota.
Alrighty, Norm. Thank you very much. Well, the Jamestown Board of Public Utilities was recently recognized as one of the healthiest workplaces in America. Now, that's according to health analytics company Springbok, who named the BPU and ranked them 46th out of 100 employers. Now, with the award, the utility is nationally recognized as one of the best in worksite health. The healthiest 100 workplaces in America list culminates the conclusion of a year-long wellness award program that healthy employers host in over 45 cities around the nation. Now, over 1,000 of the country's top well-being programs were evaluated for the award, and this year's healthiest 100 workplaces winners include organizations as small as 32 full-time employees and as large as over 150,000 employees. So certainly, Dakota, certainly a big list of people, and pretty cool to see that the BPU, I suppose, if you think about it, I'm sure they have a lot of office people, but I would imagine a lot of the physical workers are out physically doing things.
Right. I mean, when it comes to the linemen who are out there up on the poles, of course, all the people who do the water division, garbage. Right. Aren't there people who work in the power plant?
I would imagine probably some, I think today probably more technology is involved in it, but certainly really cool and good for them too for having that. So Joe, he says, good, go Bills, totally believe it. I'm glad people liked that. Our producer said I wasn't doing the shaking my head thing correctly. You're supposed to go like this. Oh, and I was doing the hand. The hand's not supposed to move, and I told them they need to get a life because I don't look at emotions that closely. But
it's go to the weather.
Right. John, he says local or loco. You're onto something there, buddy. You're onto something there. And it seems like a lot of people, Dakota, they want a warmer forecast. which we're giving them a little bit of warmth. And
Right.
by we, I mean Mother Nature, because we
Right.
don't have any control over
Right.
this stuff.
We're just the messenger. It's like, Elton John, don't shoot me, I'm only the piano player. But hey, if you like the cooler weather, Holiday Valley opens tomorrow. It is a preview weekend. They are going to close again after the weekend until next Friday, and then they're going to reopen again. But things are not looking bad out there. I know that they've been making snow since, I believe, earlier this month. And next week, it is not looking bad for Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday and Thursday is a bit of is in question. It's going to determine the track of a storm system that's going to come up into the Great Lakes. We may have a little bit of a lake effect issue on Thanksgiving Day, but that's why that's why we put the question marks in there. Stay tuned.
Okay, certainly will. And as we creep closer, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we'll have much more for people as well. So thanks for tuning in today. That's going to do it for us. Another week under the belt. News continues 24/7 at WNY News Now. When you're on the go, stay in the know. Download the WNY News Now mobile app to keep up with all the local news. We leave you with a live look over Chautauqua Lake. Not frozen quite yet, and I guess in the next couple of days it really won't be.
It won't freeze probably for a little bit longer.
You think maybe another month?
Give it until around the middle of December. We'll see how much ice concentration there is. And pretty soon we're going to be pulling out the ice concentration for Lake Erie.
Yeah.
But the good news is, when the lake freezes, that means lake effect snow shuts off.
Exactly. So good news for everybody here anyways. Have a great weekend. See you back here on Monday, live at noon.